Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. We are now on the semi-final first leg against Real Madrid, and as you can see in the top right, we have finally lost our first game in 5 months. Our last loss before Brighton was against Tottenham Hotspur on the 6th of January, but our last league defeat was on the 21st of November of last year. That's how long ago we last lost a league match. And since then we've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Man City, Tottenham, we've beaten the return fixture. Oh wait, hang on, no we haven't. Wait, I'm confused. Where's Man United? Oh, our return fixture Man United's there. Never mind. But we've also managed to knock out Barcelona and RB Leipzig from the Champions League. We've beaten Man United in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, so we are clearly a much better side than we were at the start of this season. But we're now going into 2 games against Spanish giants in Real Madrid, and like against Barcelona, we are starting with an away fixture. But that doesn't guarantee we're going to have the same luck as we did against Man and Barcelona, because they had an own goal in the first 4 minutes. That's not likely. News in terms of transfers. We've got an offer for a 15-year-old Ghanaian right back for £2.7 million, who is supposed to be a 4-star potential player. Not bad, not great. Erdogan and Kelvin have both agreed to leave the club for a combined £25 million. So that's not bad. We've also got Jack Barnett, a youth player, signing on a permanent deal. This is literally just so he can make a bit of money in the future. He was one of the youth players that came through our youth intake this season. Sam Watson, a new centre-back we're going to bring in from Crystal Palace as a backup for Tuanzebe if he gets injured. And obviously you know the rest of them. We've also got Artem Borojoko coming in for next season as a centre-back, but he's probably not going to be playing for the first team straight away. We might loan him out to start with. Same with Daniel Voss, he's probably going to loaned out immediately. Simon Uwakwe, as unfortunately as you know, will be leaving to Perth Glory. We did get the final transfer of Valentino Livramento to join the club for £14.75 million, which isn't that bad given the calibre of player he is, and the fact that we kind of needed a new right back, given that Kelvin and Erdogan are both leaving. Dale Dummer, obviously as you know, is a new midfielder we're bringing in as an attacking right winger backup, but he'll be going out on loan as well, as will Mike Denker. But hopefully these two I'll be able to send out on loan to lower league English clubs like Crawley or Northampton, as we do still have our affiliation with the 2 clubs. We've also got affiliations with Okayama FC in Japan, FC Voluntari in Romania, Columbus in America, and Tianhai in China. Now, thankfully, none of these deals are going to be actually costing us more than £150,000 a year, which is very useful, obviously. But it's also going to help us boost merchandising in America, Romania, Japan, and China. Especially America and China. That's going to be very big intakes of finances, because as you can see, not great finances. But obviously if you take away last season we lost £12 million, that's a lot of money, but this season alone we've made £28 million profit. This month we've made £7 million profit, and this month alone we've made £21 million of profit of income, I should say, because of TV revenue, gate receipts, and £11 million of prize money. So very positive financial, what's the word I'm looking for? Outlook for the club. I've also notified myself to the fact that if we were to win a single game between now and the final game of the season, we are going to be guaranteed a Champions League qualification spot. It may only be 4th place, I'll admit, but it's a guaranteed spot regardless. And if we win both of our games in hand over Liverpool and then keep the rest of the games keeping tabs on them, we will go above them into third place. Arsenal know that if we do not lose every single one of our remaining fixtures, they're doomed to Europa League football. Man City, however, are in 11th place, which is incredibly low for a Manchester club. I think everyone would agree. Which is rather funny, I think you'd agree, given the state of affairs at Man City in the real world, where if they finish below second, their manager gets sacked. But yeah, Everton are also now down. We relegated them, unfortunately, in our 2-1 victory against them. We did send them down to the Championship for a first time since... Let's have a quick look. First time since 1953-54. That is a long time in the Premier League, especially given the fact that since then they've never really been threatened with relegation since the late 1990s. I mean, last season they finished 12th in the game, so yeah, that's what you have to do, unfortunately. You get relegated. But anyway, we're going into the Real Madrid game. I believe I have made changes to the side. I have Ross Barkley's in it. So this is the side we're going to go with for the first game against them, the away fixture. And then the home fixture, we're going to switch everything around again because of how close the match is with the Chelsea match. So Mateus starts up front. We've got Alexander Linic playing his first Champions League game, I believe. We've got Anil Erdogan playing one of his final games for the club. Yola, Tuanzebe and Augusto with him in defence. Nato and Tichuan Thomas behind Tasic, Barkley, Yildirim, and then obviously Mateus up front. Plazari's been dropped out of the team for a little while. Jovanovski and Doyle both picked up small knocks in the Brighton game, which is why they are out of the team today and was out of the team against Everton. So yeah, I'm also going to look to hopefully sell Alvaro possibly next season, as he's too much wage budget and just not good enough for the fact that he's a Brazilian player. We can't become a homegrown national. So yeah, we're going to proceed to this game. Barkley is unfortunately very poor morale. He's just consistently very poor morale, which is a frustration, mainly because of the fact that he is a very good player still, even though he's I think 34, 35 now in the game. But he's still got a lot of ability. Obviously that's not really going to be helpful against a side like Real Madrid, who've got players like Paulo Dybala. They've got Thibaut Courtois, Eduardo Camavinga, Paul Pogba. You know, they've got great players. So I think there's also Emi Buendia on the bench as well. It is Emi Buendia on the bench. So at least we've only got one bad player on their team. That's a positive. I'm just going to calmly tell them that we've got nothing to lose. Let's just go out and show what we're capable of. But at the San Bernabeu, Real Madrid start off with a corner kick in the first minute and a half. Dilrosun crossed the ball in at the far post, but thankfully the ball's headed over the bar by the Real Madrid frontman Fabio Silva. I think it's Fabio Silva. Something Silva. It's Fabio Silva. I was right. And 10 minutes gone, we still... Oh, actually, maybe not. Erdogan with a long throw. Headed away by Diallo to Dybala. Now Dilrosun. Ball forward, finding Fabio Silva now, who gets into the box but is tackled very well by Augusto. Then plays it back to Dilrosun, who crosses it to Valdo. And the recently Italian Valdo makes it 1-0 to Real Madrid in the first 10 minutes. I should not have opened my big mouth before that throw-in. But unfortunately, Real Madrid do lead in this fixture now, and the only hope is that we can either retaliate in the home fixture and pull off a miraculous comeback, or try and get a goal in this fixture, which, as you can see, shot to shot, it's not going to happen. Miraculously, for some reason, we actually have fairly comparable possession. In fact, normally we are getting low 40s, upper 30s in possession in the Premier League, but in the Champions League we somehow keep them very close to ourselves. I'm going to demand more from the side, hoping that a bit of focus could push them on the bit to get that final result that we need to get from Real Madrid. We do need to get a goal in this fixture, especially not just the fact that we need to equalise, but because it's an away goal, we need an away goal to take to the den with us. And we've had our first shot on target, which is a positive, obviously. Now, Lilic, a long kick to the left wing, finds Yildirim. Yildirim holding the ball in the middle, runs it forward through the circle. Now to Tasic. Tasic gets into the box, has a cross, but blocked by the defenders. And now Real Madrid take the ball away. And Thibaut Courtois, a long kick over the top, finds Fabio Silva. Now Dybala, Camavinga, Silva. Thankfully, Erdogan's header forward does stop that attack. Yola now, back to Erdogan, now forward to Neto. Neto plays it over the top, looking for Mateus. It was a terrible ball, and it just did not go anywhere. Dilrosun now, the ball loses out to Tasic. Tasic, the big number 34, running it forward, gets a shot away, but it's a terrible, terrible shot, and Courtois picks the ball up like it wasn't even an attempt. And I already know the first player I'm going to be taking off in this match, and unfortunately it's Ross Barkley. The player that I was beating up before this match is the player I'm taking off, and I'm going to tell everyone it's time to dig in. And Barkley is coming off. He's on a 6.3. It's just not acceptable to me, and most likely to join him will probably be Erdogan and Yildirim, and my voice is frustrating me yet again because it's appeared to be trying to go again. Anyway, I'll demand more from both my voice and my players. Lilic now with a goal kick plays it out to the right wing, finds Tasic. Tasic holds the ball in the middle, plays it to Neto. Back to Yola. Yola plays it over the top, looking for Erdogan, who finds him very well. Erdogan now plays the ball into the middle for Neto. Neto plays it forward to Tasic. Gets a shot wide of the post. Goal kick to Real Madrid, but a very good move from our boys there. Real Madrid now with the corner kick. Dilrosun swings it into the far post, headed away on the goal line, I believe that was, by Erdogan. Now Tasic picks the ball up, number 34, but a good tackle from the number 12 of Real Madrid takes that ball away for a throw-in. And with just 50 minutes on the clock, it still remains only a single goal to nil, giving us a lot of hope for that home fixture, knowing that as we are at home we have that advantage. Now Augusto, the long throw into the box, gets it to the hands of Courtois with a very terrible move by the attackers. Courtois looking up, trying to find a good pass, I'm assuming. Rolls it short to Diallo, but behind him, which was rather poor from Courtois. Now Theo runs it forward, gets it to the centre circle, tackled by Lopez, but Pogba picks it up in return. Pogba plays it to Camavinga, back to Pogba. Pogba plays it back to Camavinga again and forward to Dybala. Valdo now in the middle to Camavinga, out wide finds Eder Militao. Militao gets the edge of the box, plays it to Valdo, whose cross is met by Fabio Silva's head, but it goes over the bar. I'm going to make the second change of the side now, being, as I predicted, Yildirim for Nestorov. And I'm going to give a team talk to Nestorov saying that I have faith to get out and make a difference, because hopefully it might actually work for once. Demand more from the team. We need that goal. We need to get that equaliser. But whether it be in this match or the home fixture, we need to pull something out of the bag to pull ourselves back into this match. And unsurprisingly, Alexander Lilic is on a 7.0, which is very impressive. We're going to make one last change. It's going to be Stefan Tasic for Louis Barry, and he's going to come on as an inverted winger on attack. And hopefully he can use some of his Premier League qualities in scoring goals to score us an equaliser in this fixture. But as we get into the last 5 minutes of this match, it's very unlikely to have happened. And unfortunately, it's looking incredibly likely that this match is going to end with a single goal to nil to Real Madrid. 90 minutes down now, 3 left to play. And as you can see by the bottom bit, we have a corner kick. Lopez swings it into the near post, met by the head of Tuanzebe, and we have managed to pull off what looks like a coup in this match. A single goal has just now turned this fixture on its head. Real Madrid 1, Millwall 1, and we go to the Den with an away goal at the very least. And not only that, we go to the Den with a 1-1 aggregate score, knowing that a single goal for us could send us to the Champions League final. And I'm going to passionately say, everyone thought we'd get beaten. I thought we'd get beaten. I can't deny that fact. But we did it. Axel Tuanzebe, a player that at the start of the season I was contemplating selling, I'll have to admit that, has managed to score one of the most important goals ever scored for Millwall in a Champions League game. Admittedly, this is the only season we've had in the Champions League ever, so not that surprising, but it's very impressive. And yes, as I mentioned, Enoch Saki, the Ghanaian 15-year-old, has got a fairly small contract, I have to admit. I'm just hoping that the work permit won't be a problem, given that he's only on a £3,000 a week contract, which is not great, I'll admit, given the state of affairs he has to be at, because he has to be a first team fullback in maybe 3-4 years, I'd assume. But anyway, as I say every episode, I bid the wait, never mind. I have to make sure. So we're playing Real Madrid in the next fixture, you'll see on here, which will be on Friday. And after that, if we get past Real Madrid, you'll see Manchester United and Newcastle, followed by Leicester and the final of the Champions League. If we don't get past Real Madrid, you'll just see Newcastle and Leicester City. So until then, I bid thee adieu, goodbye.